Good morning, everybody. We have got some stuff to talk about today. I just want to talk about the day one experience of the final shape. There was a tone difference and overall a quality difference from this campaign that we definitely didn't experience in Lightfall. The final shape campaign is of the same bar and quality of Witch Queen, but as you get deeper, I would say probably from the halfway point on, it blows past even Witch Queen. Nothing seemed forced. Nothing in the writing seemed forced. Everything seemed organic. Everything flowed. I originally thought when I first saw Crow and Aldrin together, I was like, dude, this is so strange. They went from literally killing each other back in Forsaken, which Crow is no longer Aldrin, to suddenly being besties. But dude, it worked. And Cade was that presence. I didn't realize how much we needed until he came back. Like, he is that presence that we've been missing inside of Destiny for so long. And I feel like Bungie was hoping maybe Nimbus could be that for us, you know, that light heart touch, but the balance was off. The balance wasn't there. And this wasn't just Cade, it was a real Cade. It was Cade's original voice actor. Cade had moments where he was making funny jokes. He had these funny drop-ins, but at the same time, dude, the stuff was deep. And I love how many moments there he was just like, listen, I don't want to think about how I came back. I don't want to give it a why. I'm just here. Let's just do. We'll worry about these things later. And you could tell, like, in some weird way, Cade being the lighthearted character that's always been there for us. In that moment, he was shook. He was shook, but he was like, dude, we've got a mission. We got a job. Let's just do it. And I'm just saying, like, everything organically flowed. All right. We're going to talk about spoilers, everybody. Spoilers! I can't do it. I fucking can't do it. We got to talk about them. Dude, what the fuck just happened? You know what I'm saying? I went to bed last night already mind blown. I woke up equally as mind blown. Where most campaigns are separate from the raid, right? As in, you have this campaign experience, but it's like, it's a bit jarring because it's like, okay, we just dealt with the big baddie that was in the campaign. Now let's go deal with whatever random thing over here in the raid. And sometimes lore-wise, they tie it together. Rogue was a great example because this pyramid ship was present in Savage Throne World. This, though, is a seamless experience. You go from the campaign, which, by the way, is the first linear campaign Bungie's ever made. And I don't really know what that really means other than you're going in a straight line. Everything is to get to this place, to get to this monolith. That's where the witness is going balls deep, and we got to stop that, okay? And everything is pushing toward that. Now, with this linear experience, can I just say the mission structure just felt ginormous? Everything just felt huge. There was little to no overlap with the actual public space outside of the lost sectors themselves. Like the lost sectors, we would have to go through. There was like a section when we did 3 lost sectors and the strike, but everything else was massive, dude. Like these worlds were, I mean, it was in the Pale Heart, but it just, I couldn't believe just how expansive everything continued to be. I would go into a mission or a new place and it just kept getting larger, bigger, more grander, and the biome changes from mission to mission was crazy. In one moment, we're in this garden lush environment. The next moment, we're in snow. And then the next moment, we're in this desolate land where everything's dying. That's obviously from influence from the witness. Okay, so the biome changes, which is a big deal to me because you've had experiences in the past, especially like Europa and stuff like that. It's just like, okay, snow, more snow, fallen theme. That's the theme. Let's stay within these confined spaces. This campaign was truly everything. And you see, as it's because of your consciousness merging with the Traveler, you see, you know, old places that you've been to before, but it's been changed and tweaked slightly and just perfectly. And it's funny because we used to meme that the Traveler was the Destiny content vault, but guys, it literally is right now. This is the DCV, but in such a better way. Now let's talk about story spoilers real quick. Cade, like I just mentioned a second ago, he comes to the realization, or not the realization, Crow actually lets him know that it wasn't the Traveler that brought Cade back, but instead a Hamkar wish. That right there could have completely crippled Cade's fire team. And the reason for that, and I love that we got pulled into that conversation. The reason for that is because Zavala's faith was already extremely shaken because he had actually lost his family, which he still hurts over. And we saw that from Season of the Haunted. And he's sitting there going, yo, what the fuck? why did I not get my family brought back? And even though he loves that Cade came back, there was a moment of like, you know, why is it that Cade was the one that got blessed to be brought back and not my dear loved ones, right? Now, I will say the moment there where Cade and Zavala unite and they just like fucking hug it out like bros, man. Oh my God. It was amazing. And then Ikora, when she first see Cade, I mean, the writing for that was so perfect. Ikora's just like, I can't deal with this. It wasn't even like it was just like I can't deal with this bullshit. I can't, is this real? But where Zavala is the one that normally maintains faith in the Traveler, he dips massively. And then you have Ikora, because she thinks the Traveler has resurrected Cade for a reason, her faith is skyrocketing. So she has like complete faith. She's like, we got to listen to the light. Throughout this process, though, Cade is made aware that it was actually an Ahamkara wish, is that is what brought him back. And he doesn't want to reveal this knowledge to either Zavala or to Ikora, as it would just shake both of them too much. I know this may seem like, okay, this is in the grand scheme of things, what does this have to do with the witness? It's these little things, man, these little personal developments that we completely miss in Lightfall, by the way. This is the stuff that matters. Okay, throughout all of this, though, Zavala is getting voices in his head. He's hearing things. And it's part of it is the witness, but there's also a voice in there that's separate. And it's the dissenters. It's those veiled statues. Turns out those veiled statues are actually prisons, or I guess they're prisons, for the folks that are essentially not submitting to the witness's will. And this is from the precursor race. So you had a bunch of people, they you know, snuffed some veiled goodies, and they were told that, you know, or they came to the conclusion that they needed to consolidate into one being. Obviously, not everybody is game for that, right? And those dissenters are part of those that weren't game for it. And so they actually want you to win. And throughout the campaign, you will eventually come across them more and more, and they will show you the way. They say what has been made can be unmade. And that's the big thing. And that's essentially what leads up to the final mission of the campaign, where you actually do wound the witness. And then this is also going to seamlessly bring us into the raid. Everything has been chef's kiss except for the fucking servers. That's the other thing, though. It's like, again, like I said a second ago, you know it's a good campaign when we put up with error codes, queues, kicks to orbits, all kinds of bullshit, and we still fucking finish it out, man. This is some Horcrux type shit. You know, not really, but one thing we really got from the campaign is that the witness fears. And there was one moment where the witness said, we have removed fear. And so I feel like what's going to happen in this raid, and what has definitely happened from the final mission, is these feelings that they have had control over and had removed, we're bringing those things back, right? All right, that's it. That's all I'm going to say. That's no more spoilers. Some other general stuff, guys. I got to say that the cutscenes, I don't know what Bungie did. I don't know what changed. Not saying Lightfall actually had some high quality cutscenes. They just lacked depth. You know what I mean? Like, there were beautiful cutscenes and set pieces with, you know, Rohan talking with us, discussing, especially right before his sacrifice. But there was just no developments. The Final Shape had that development. It had all these little personal stories interwoven into this campaign, which is us essentially leading the charge to go take on the witness. I just thought the cutscenes were movie worthy. I mean, if Bungie does make a show, make it with that quality of cutscene. Like, just do that type of animation. I don't know how much it costs, but just do it. Let me also say, like, Keith voicing Zavala, I felt like Lance was such a great voice for Zavala in so many ways, because he represented that stoicism, right? And then Keith, there's just that edge in his voice. There's that edge, and it perfectly runs with exactly what Zavala is experiencing throughout this campaign. The back and forth between Keith and Ikora, oh my God, dude. There are moments where look, we're playing a video game. I'm listening to this and I'm getting uncomfortable. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, can you imagine being like, you know, in this fire team out in the field, and you start hearing that stuff? You just stop mid-mission like, did he just say that? I have never seen Ikora in such again, this is kind of a spoiler, but Zavala would literally at every twisted turn would just shut Ikora up. He would just drop a one-liner that just completely Ikora would just shut the fuck down. And I've never seen Ikora shut the fuck down like that. It's never happened. And here's the thing. The reason why us being a part of that conversation and feeling the pressure between Ikora, Cade, Crow, and there was a scene there between Zavala and Crow. I'm not going to spoil it, but my God, it was intense, dude. It was intense. Being a part of that, listening to that, it made us realize just how much pressure was on. All I could say for the campaign experience, other than the error codes, which is a major, major problem, this one's a 10 out of 10 for me. Now, here's the thing. It's a 10 out of 10 right now. It's really going to come down to the second act, as Bife put it. This is Act 1. Act 2 is going to be us going into the raid and confronting the witness. So this is not over. But I can say for Act 1, this has been the best campaign Bungie's ever given us. Witch Queen, Forsaken, The Taken King. This has been the best one they've ever done.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.